Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another enlightening episode of Daily with Doc and Becca. I am your host, Becca Dukes. So we're letting people in from the waiting room. Hello, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us live. And folks, if you are watching a replay and you ever want to join us live, you are welcome to do so by going to zoom.dailywithdoc.com. All together, put zoom.dailywithdoc.com right there in that URL address, hit enter, and you'll be brought right to our waiting room. Now, you want to do this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 12 to 1 Pacific, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, and 3 to 4 Eastern, because that is when we are here with Daily with Doc. And just want to do a shout out as we are being more consistent with our Pharmacist Ben Bites with AJ on Mondays. And the time sometimes varies. So you want to make sure that you go to our website, dailywithdoc.com, sign up for our email list so that you get the exact time of when Pharmacist Ben Bites with AJ, Coach AJ, happens. And also, you'll get notifications of our Daily with Doc, including a replay. So you can go back and listen to our program for the first time, share with somebody else, or watch it again and again. As we do have people that do that, because we are providing information that you may not hear somewhere else. And today we're going to be starting a whole new series with an exciting new guest that I am super happy to have with us today. Now, we are a resource for an amazing community. So if you were referred to watch this program or recommended to watch this program by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them. They are your point of contact in finding a better health journey. Okay? And if nothing else, get back with them. Say, hey, thank you so much for sharing that information with me, for sharing that show with me, and tell them what you liked best about it. Now, if you were not referred to watch this program by somebody specific, you found us all on your own, and you're like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I better find what I need to create a better health journey myself. I have a call team of certified holistic health coaches standing by to take your calls and help you do just that. 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. And that is for people who are not already working with somebody, not already on the products, and want to get started today. Otherwise, you get back with the person you're ordering from or the person that referred you to this program. Again, my name is Becca Dukes. I am the hostess of this program. I'm also a certified naturopathic practitioner, certified holistic health coach, and the director of student services for the Institute of Holistic Health, where we teach Dr. Wallach's philosophy about addressing health through nutrition. Because folks, when you look at the numbers, when there's 90 essential nutrients and at least 10 poor health conditions associated with each nutritional deficiency, that's over 900 different conditions. And there's actually over 100 poor health conditions just related to calcium deficiency. So chances are you're not chemical deficient, you're nutrient deficient. And that's what we talk about here on the Daily with Doc program. Now, today's episode is the first of a new series with a new guest who I am super excited to have as part of our Daily with Doc presenters. She is incredible. She is a powerhouse in the environmental health and holistic living. She is absolutely brilliant as a published author with books like Filter Your Water Now and Green Handbook, and many to come. And she's the founder of Hippocrates Organic Herbal Teas, or as she calls it, never mind. I can't even read my notes. But she brings a perfect blend of science, soul, and sustainability. Her journey began with a profound personal loss, but she's turned that pain into purpose, dedicating her life to help others reduce their toxic load, create healing in environments within your home. She is a functional nutrition counselor, soon to be holistic health coach as well. She is the director of a nonprofit called Adore Your Planet. And whether it's air, water, food, or the products we put in our skin or on our skin, Joanna is here to help us clean it up from the inside out. So grab your favorite herbal tea, as she has some great herbal teas as an herbalist that she has put together, and your notebook and your pencil, and let's just go ahead and jump right in as we welcome my dear friend and guest today, as we're going to be toxin busting people. As earth loving people, we want to make sure that we're taking care of not just ourselves, but our earth as well. So let me find her. Where did she go? There she is. Hello, Joanna. Welcome to Daily with Doc.
Hello, Becca. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you all.
And so there's a couple of things that I forgot to mention in my intro, where you have a Bachelor of Science, you're an ecologist, you have a master's in education.
True.
So being on our program is going to be like cutting butter for you as a teacher and somebody that knows so much about toxins.
Oh gosh, well, you're giving me way too much credit, but thank you so much for such an exciting introduction. Yeah, I do know quite a bit about toxins. I've been researching and studying environmental health conditions and things that cause disease for quite some time. So yes, it's quite my background.
Well, okay, so you've been doing this for some time, and there's a reason why you started. Do you want to touch a little bit on that?
Sure, I can. Of course. Yeah, I got started in this whole field after the loss of my parents from cancer, which came on quite suddenly when I was 19 and 20 years old. And it really turned my life upside down, losing them. And I kind of became obsessed with studying health from that point forward, and especially what causes disease and cancer. Like I was really consumed with trying to understand how my parents got ill so quickly. Well, obviously it probably wasn't so quickly, but they died pretty suddenly. with all things considered. So yeah, I really got on this road where I became quite obsessed with studying environmental conditions and their link with disease, with many
Mhm.
different diseases and cancer in particular.
All right. Well, my heart goes out to you with
Thank
the
you.
loss of parents. And, I love how you have taken something that could destroy oneself
Yeah.
and made it a purpose and a passion.
Yes.
So,
Just had, I just felt called to continue studying. And the more I learned, the more like frustrating it became, because I felt like if only we had known this stuff earlier, um, my parents' lives may have been extended. They died pretty young, and my dad was only 64, my mom was 60. So it was, and as I've learned through studying Dr. Wallach's protocols and everything, like, there's so much I've learned in the years since way back then. I mean, this is 1990, 1989, 1990 that we're talking about. And yeah, just the nutrition plays such a huge role in that. But what I learned in the early days was the environmental triggers, toxins, things in our water, things in the food supply, especially, just really got me so fired up. And that's when I first decided I had to write a book, really. I didn't, I felt I had these dreams where I was talking with my mom, and it was really exciting because it was like I was sharing with her all this stuff I was learning that year. And it was like she was going to be well. But then I woke up and I was excited because everything was going to be different. But then I realized it was too late. She was already gone. But what I realized after having that dream, the same dream for a few different nights, um, the last morning I woke up, and it was like I knew I had to write a book to help other people in case I could help them, prevent other people from dying unnecessarily. Of course, I didn't have all the pieces together. I mean, it took me years and years of study to bring all this information together. So it's been a journey, no doubt.
well, and with that journey, you didn't have all of the technology and resources at your fingertips like we do now.
No,
So your books are an absolute labor of love
thank you.
with purpose. And you are also the director of a nonprofit. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that.
Yes, Adore Your Planet. It's gone by a few different names, but it started as the Adore Foundation, and it just kind of brings together all the environmental health issues and the intersections with human disease. Because for years, when I would talk to people that I'm an environmentalist, I mean, a lot of people didn't understand, they didn't understand environmental health. Okay, you care about the planet, but I was like, yeah, I care about the planet because things out there are affecting our health. It's like, it's not just the planet, it's human health that's so affected by all these conditions. And, water, food supply, air, that's everything happening that's a problem affecting the animals and the ecosystems. It's also affecting us. So yeah, it's been a struggle trying to get that message across, like, so people understand the intersection of how it's all related and how one impacts the other, and how fixing things in the environment will ultimately help us. But it's a long road to fix things in the environment. I don't know if you've seen any of my books, but I include a lot of information, like contacting your senators, trying to change laws, but it's a slow process. So
Mhm.
really, ultimately, it comes down to what we can do personally that is very empowering, because we can filter these things out and protect ourselves and our families. And that's really critical, because we have to control our own little personal ecosystem. And that includes our own ecosystem in our body, which Dr. Wallach is so instrumental in. Um, so yeah.
Well, and I was just going to say that, you know, the big picture, trying to reach up to the top, share our voice, absolutely, we need to do that. But it starts with us.
Yes.
And doing the things
Yes.
that we can to help ourselves, our families, community. And then, like I always say, together we can impact the world.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Together we can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all have to take care of our own bodies and our own health first. So we have the strength and the endurance to tackle the bigger issue amongst the community and the country, the world.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Well, let's jump into toxins. Now, you've got it broken down into 4 groups. Can you tell us about those groups?
Certainly. Well, there's carcinogens. Those are toxins that cause cancer. Reproductive toxins affect, birth defects, um, sexual organs. Um, Neurotoxins affect the nervous system and the brain. And then there's endocrine disruptors, one of the big ones that affect our hormones and just everything from weight, sleep, energy, you name it, and metabolism, sorry. Everything is, they're very, very powerful toxins that affect those or are in those categories. And surprisingly, one that hits all 4 buttons are pesticides. So,
Well, and we don't want pests in our home, but we don't
don't.
realize not only are we getting rid of the pests, how we're impacting our own lives.
Right, right, right. Yes, and there's many non-toxic ways to deal with pests. One of my favorite ways to deal with ants or whatever you're dealing with is diatomaceous earth. It's a very simple food grade, is not toxic to people or animals, and it's an easy remedy to deal with pests in the house or even fleas and
Yes.
ticks. I've used it on my pets in the past.
Well, as a farm kid, we used diatomaceous earth in the chicken house,
Oh
and they
yeah.
loved rolling in it. And we didn't have a problem with
Mhm.
poultry lice. So, you know,
It
it was great.
works.
It really does work.
The
It
natural
really
things are
does.
very effective.
So let's go ahead and jump in. I know you've got 5 pages of notes of things that we can cover today.
Yes.
So what we don't get covered in today's was definitely going to carry on as we're going through this series. What are some of the toxins around us that we may not realize, in addition to the pesticides?
Oh yes. Well, gosh, there's many. I don't even know where to begin. Depends. You could look at the air, the indoor air, outdoor air. I mean, right now, many people are aware that there's wildfires happening in Canada that are affecting many regions of the United States. There's particulate matter is a big issue, is especially dangerous for people with asthma, respiratory conditions. With indoor air, you have dust, which is composed of, dander, heavy metals, dust mites, insect waste, many allergens. Um, you also have, Vox emanating from different building materials, furnishings. Forever chemicals are a big indoor air problem. They emanate from Stainmaster, stain-resistant carpeting, different furniture. Sorry, were you going to ask
Now,
something?
you said VOC, and I want people to understand that's
Oh,
VOC, which is an
yes.
acronym for.
Volatile organic chemicals, like formaldehyde, they off gas. We don't, and these things, the toxins, what's so interesting about toxins, so sinister, is they're invisible. We don't notice them. You may not smell them. So they like creep into our house and into our lives and into our bodies. We inhale them, we ingest them, and we absorb them without even knowing. And they have an effect on our health. They can impair our natural bodily functions, our health of our detox pathways, liver, kidneys, you name it. And some toxins are far more dangerous than others, like neurotoxins. I mean, they impair, the nerve pathways, signaling. They're really sinister chemicals. And most toxins that we're encountering, I mean, there's natural toxins and there's unnatural, those that are manufactured. And the ones that I think we really need to get control of are the manufactured ones that, it's really shocking the lack of regulation happening in our country. And, we do have the Toxic Substances Control Act, TSCA, but that only regulates about 6,000 chemicals in use today, and there's over 45,000 toxic chemicals in use in America and around the world. And there's more added yearly we're just not monitoring them as we should, nor is there really a system of warning people of, I mean, a lot of people that have no idea that these things are problematic for their health. And so, yeah, that's why I like to write about these issues and try to raise public awareness, but do so in a positive way, because I don't want people to think this is doom and gloom. I do believe education is power, and the more we know, the more we can protect our health and our family and our kids and our pets and so on.
Now you mentioned manufacturing, and I want to break this down, so because manufacturing covers such a broad spectrum. I have been involved in manufacturing with automotive, the medical devices, food. It Manufacturing can include anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
So whether it's like the carpet that you mentioned, our furniture, even wood products, there's chemicals used in that. Our food, even the colors, those are chemicals. Flavors.
Yes.
We're surrounded.
Yes, we are surrounded, and there's many there's surfactants and pharmaceuticals and pesticides, and some of these industries, they are not, their waste is not regulated whatsoever. There's no one monitoring what they're doing, what they're dumping. Like pesticides and plastics primarily have no regulation at their manufacturing facilities. And the thing is, what's crazy is they can all do manufacturing much better. They just need to install pollution control devices. It's not that complicated. I mean, they could change the raw materials that they're using so they're not producing toxic things. But, even without having to change their recipes, they can just install, air capturing devices that, and proper filtering techniques that protect people. That's all they need to do. And that's all it really comes down to. Otherwise we can, and one thing I do suggest in one of my books is boycotting those that don't, protect the people, because, I mean, it's just common courtesy to not litter. And manufacturing, a lot of manufacturing facilities, they litter on a massive scale into our rivers, into our air, and it's a big problem. And even, with all the talk about reducing climate change and everything, the government is still dragging its heels, and even before Trump became in office, this has been a problem with previous administrations. It's just, I think the lobbyists of these, corporations and the industries, they have so much power that they don't want to spend whatever extra cost it might be to protect people with these simple techniques. And it's a shame, but with working together, I think we can change that. It's just a sensible solution for everyone.
Well, it's a sensible solution. And I think whenever we vote with our dollars, making choices on what we consume, whether it's consumed through our mouths and our food or purchase to have within our homes,
Yes.
I mean, our dollar speaks pretty loud.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And we can, yeah, really send a message if enough of us band together and, and that's why making the choice. And when you know what companies are making a good product that's sensible and not causing harm to the planet, to our natural resources, to our drinking water, I mean, I would rather buy their product than one that's made of stuff and they're manufactured at a site that is not health friendly. I mean, I think health friendly options, they're out there. And yeah, if we just all are more aware of the options we have, we can make better choices.
Oh, absolutely. Now, you had mentioned air, and actually, Ruth Ellen and I were driving to New York yesterday talking about how hazy it was because of the
Oh,
fires in Canada.
yes.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
What can we do within our homes to help reduce the problems that that might cause? And since we're talking about, air quality, you want to just link in there also like the dust as well,
Oh,
how we
sure.
can filter the air.
Absolutely. Yes, indoor air, it's really helpful to have a HEPA filter in your home. Like Molecule is a good brand. There's quite a few now, but you definitely want at least HEPA um, uh, to filter the tiny particles. I believe it's they get down to like PM 2.5. You want like the capacity to filter the smallest. Um, so yeah, the air filter is really significant for indoor air. And then just regular cleaning is very important. With dust, what's advised, because dust is so toxic, you don't just want to go over there with a broom and a dustpan, which does work, but a better way is to do damp dusting. So you're using a damp cloth so the stuff doesn't become airborne, because there's so many small particles we don't see it all. You may
Right.
see like the dust bunny, but there's more in there that does become airborne. And you want to avoid ingesting that or inhaling that. Um, and so regular cleaning is good. Using non-toxic cleaning products is extremely helpful. Um, there was one other thing. Oh, and yeah, with the wildfire smoke and with the outdoor pollution, you know, air conditioning manufacturers do recommend that you try to close the outdoor air component. So you're really just recycling the indoor air. So and if you're doing that, it is more, obviously more important to keep your indoor air as clean as possible. Um, and yeah, you want to avoid air fresheners that contain box. That's a big one. A lot of them have, um, chemicals that are endocrine disruptors, and you just don't want that circulating in the air you're breathing all the time, especially if you have respiratory conditions or asthma or anything like that.
Yeah. And cars have the ability to choose whether or not you want to recirculate the air within the cabin
Yes.
of the vehicle or bring
Yes.
in the fresh air. So that's something I didn't think about. I don't know if Ruth Ellen thought about it yesterday, but we were bringing in that smoky air, not realizing it. Even though there's a cabin air filter for the
Yeah.
vehicle, it would
Yeah.
have been smarter to recycle the air that was in there that had already been filtered and keep filtering it.
Yeah, a lot
So
of people don't realize the cars have that option. Yeah, I've noticed that every time I drive around the lake through Gary, Indiana, where all the steel mills steel mills are. We have to click over, so it's just indoor air circulating. Otherwise, you get the fumes and everything.
I've been through Gary, Indiana a few times through this
Yes.
stove, and it does
Oh,
have its own fragrance, doesn't it?
yes, it sure does.
And I'm glad that you mentioned air fresheners because so many times they'll hang that little tree from the rearview mirror,
Yeah,
and that's not healthy.
it's not. Those are not, those are yeah, I wouldn't put one in my car. A better option is, um essential oils. It's great. They make natural, air fresheners with essential oils and stuff that are much more health friendly.
Yes.
So that would be the way to go.
And AJ, we need to do this because, I have some essential oils and I also have some really cute things that fit into the air vent that I
Oh yeah.
want to do a drawing. So I'm going to capture the name of everybody who's live here with us, everybody who comments on any of our streams today and tomorrow, commenting on this episode, put in your name. I'll find a way to get a hold of you, but I'm going to put all of you in a drawing, and I am going to do a drawing for one of those air fresheners that you can put in. It's not the air freshener, it's the device with the little cotton that you can put into the vent, and an essential oil blend that I absolutely love. So make
That's
sure
great.
everybody that you comment and um like and subscribe to our channels. And you can also email us. If you have questions, it's questions@dailywithdoc.com. If you want more information about how you can be part of the team and helping to spread and make an impact on people's health, info@dailywithdoc.com. But if you were referred to this program by somebody specific, get back with them. They are your point of contact, and they cared enough about you to share this program with you. They've got to be a great person to get into business with. So I just want to do that little drawing. And
I love that.
Joanna.
It's a great option. I just remembered I wanted to add one more thing. For
Yes.
the indoor air, a really great way to filter your indoor air is to put plants inside, especially ivy, ferns, spider plants, and snake plants. They absorb air pollution and they help add good oxygen to your indoor environment. That's a really good.
I absolutely agree. I have quite a few on my first floor. I need to have them down here in my basement, in the living floor, in the attic living area. I need more plants, that's for sure.
Plants are great.
And I love
Yes, bring the
plants.
outside.
I love
And
that.
what?
Bring the
Yeah.
outside in. I
Yes.
love it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about water.
One of my favorite subjects.
Now, okay, I was on a farm, or I have a farm in Washington. We have a well. When you and I were speaking earlier today, you had a well when you were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I tested my water. You may not have thought about it. But after hearing Dr. Wallach, especially whenever it was his first big project, when he was still a student working in the pathology lab, and there was a few hundred lambs that passed away overnight, and he linked it right back to pollution and those nitrates getting into their water.
Nitrate. Yes. That's what I think could have been in our well. I mean, I was just a kid living, at home. I don't know if my parents ever tested the well or if that was a thing back then, but yes, nitrate is a very dangerous toxin coming from fertilizer primarily. But
Mhm.
now, you know what, Becca? It also comes from chloramines, which is the main disinfectant that the country uses in all our public water systems. Chloramines breaks down into nitrate. So nitrate isn't just a problem anymore in rural areas, in private wells. Now it's a city problem. Chicago has a very high, most cities have high nitrate levels, and most water filters do not remove them. The only one that does, I believe, is reverse osmosis.
Okay. So reverse osmosis is a good thing.
Yeah. As far as removing pollutants out of the water, reverse osmosis is the best, the most thorough. Carbon
Well,
block
good.
is right there after it, but it doesn't, carbon block doesn't get out, it doesn't remove nitrates. And nitrates, they cause stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, throat cancer, all sorts of, I think it's linked with uterine cancer. It's not good.
And they also can affect your thyroid,
Oh yeah.
even if it doesn't go as deep into the cells as a cancer creating
Yes.
image.
Yes, our poor thyroid is attacked. And a lot of the food with pesticides has glyphosate from Roundup, being the number one most used pesticide, or it might be the second. Atrazine might be the most used, but a lot of food has the glyphosate residues, and glyphosate has a tendency to disable the thyroid from absorbing iodine, and the thyroid can't function without iodine. So it's like really sets us up for poor health, unless one of many reasons to avoid pesticides.
Well, now as an ecologist, and then I didn't talk to you about this before, but this is something that has really bugged me with the use of glyphosate. It kills the plants, but it lingers in the soil too, right?
Yes, yeah, it kills soil microorganisms. So, and it basically it creates a very poor and weak soil ecosystem. So plants cannot, I mean, the plants that are designed to grow with glyphosate, they they're the only ones that will thrive in that environment, but there's no ecosystem in the soil because everything's dead. So, and that's where all the minerals, if there are minerals in the soil, they are magically added to the plant through the, the fungi and everything in the soil that's part of that network that delivers the minerals into the plant. And they're killed off, and the plants really have very little, if any, nutritional value, but they make up the bulk of people's caloric intakes. It's just people are eating, but they're not getting nourished, which is kind of silly.
Well, and as Dr. Wallach has said many times, pica, where you just eat, 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 eat because you're not getting the nutrition that your body wants.
Right.
So it just wants to continue to eat more and more.
Yes, searching for those minerals that your body needs and craves. And yes,
Yeah. Well, and I hadn't thought about, because when you think glyphosate, you think it's killing vegetation, but it's also killing the microbiome of what is supposed to be in the soil to help the plants
yes. And the
pull up those
microbiome in our
nutrients.
gut too. It acts
That
like an
too.
antibiotic. It destroys our healthy um, microbiome, our healthy bacteria. So it really sets the stage for poor health overall, if you're looking at the big picture. And another thing I just want to mention, because I am an ecologist, and it has a connection with the wildfires. Um, up in Canada, there's a group called Stop the Spray BC, who's been really trying to raise awareness for about a decade of a program going on in Canada where they use Roundup to get rid of all the aspen and deciduous trees, the firebreak trees. So they have these huge forests of evergreen and pine, but none of the fire break trees. And I just think that's, a little bit of a connection into why these fires are such a problem in Canada, is because they've gotten rid of so many of the trees that could have naturally, kept the fire under control or in a certain area instead of letting these spread so wildly and uncontrollably. So
Yeah. It's funny how it's not funny. I mean, it just makes sense how everything is connected.
it is.
And you mess up a piece of it, it doesn't just mess up that piece.
No, it doesn't. And yeah, Rachel Carson wrote about the forest spraying and Silent Spring way back in the early 60s. There was a government program don't remember what they were spraying, but wherever they sprayed, like this, like a year later, this fungus rot had taken over that whole area of forest because the trees were so weak, they weren't absorbing water anymore from the soil. So they were dying from the inside out from dehydration. Then when they were so weak, the fungus was able to invade. So it's just, pesticides really aren't good for our health or the planet in any capacity. And really, I don't think pesticide, what I believe it is said is that the chemical agriculture didn't really take off till after World War II, when they had all these artillery warehouses full of stockpiles of ammonia and all these chemicals. I mean, Zyklon B gas was really the first pesticide created by Bayer, and that was used to kill millions of people in World War II. And they took those chemicals and the ammonia and everything, and that's where chemical fertilizer was first born. And they sent their troops out, the chemical companies sent their troops out around the world to, convince governments that, oh, to feed your population, we need to have chemical agriculture. You need to use these synthetic fertilizers and these chemical pesticides to grow your food. And yeah, now we have food grown with pesticides implanted in the seeds, which are the GMOs. And it's no coincidence that cancer rates have spiked and all these diseases have taken off, and of course, combined with the lack of minerals in the soil, you have massive nutritional deficiencies and massive, exposure to toxins at every level.
Well, there's a rise in cancer. We now have all these different autoimmune conditions.
Yes.
Heart disease, cancers, or we said cancers already, kidneys, allergies. I mean, we've got babies being born with allergies.
Allergies, yes. And ADHD, autism, all the dementia and Alzheimer's, that it's quite a racket what's going on. And
so not only are we starving ourselves of nutrition, but we're poisoning ourselves on toxins.
Pretty much. So
crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy world.
It's a very crazy world.
It's time to get back to the basics.
Definitely, let's get back to the basics. And I want to leave some time for some questions, as we do have hands up. We've got comments coming in. People are saying that they love this episode. Thank you so much. And they're looking forward to the rest of the series. And we have one person that says that they love their Berkey, which is a water filter system.
I love Berkey too.
Awesome. And so yeah, Daryl wants to learn about air fresheners. So maybe we can just do an episode. This is going to be like our intro, kind of all encompassing, mentioning things, and then we can go deeper into the different things and why we want to avoid them. Just a thought. Excellent. For our future shows. And let's see. Yeah, so folks, I kind of didn't think this through, but when it comes to this giveaway, please email us at info@dailywithdoc.com. That way I can get your information, especially if you're here live with us. Just having your name, that's not going to tell me who you are or how I can get a hold of you. So email us with of course, your email is going to be included, but your name and that you were on this show. And if you are watching a replay or if you were here live with us, info@dailywithdoc.com. Now let's go to Nancy with the first question. Hello, Nancy. I know you are an environmental lover. Can you unmute yourself? Nancy, can you unmute yourself? All right, while she's working on that, let's go right over to AJ, because I know he knows how to unmute himself. AJ, what questions are you bringing in today?
Hey, Joanna, thank you for being here. It's excellent to get this information. And Carmen Yolanda is looking to find your books first and foremost. And is she going to find that at Weekologist, or is there a different website you wanted to take a look at?
There are links on the Weekologist.com, but you could also go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble. They are sold there. Filter Your Water Now is my latest book. Filter Your Water Now. And there's also the Green Handbook, which was published in 2019. This is on sale. Oh, you can't. Don't think you
Hold
can
it
see the
right in
cover.
front of you. Just hold it right in front of you.
Can you see it?
A little farther away.
She disappeared.
Right in front of your face. Oh, we'll get links for you, folks.
There it is.
And
Sort of.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
It fades in and out like toxins.
You know, and speaking of toxins, what about this bisphenol A? Should we be drinking bottled water? Should we be using the Teflon pans? Like,
No.
what should we be doing specifically to cook our food? Are we using copper? Are we using?
Good questions. Good question.
What are we doing here? And what about our bottled water? Are we drinking out of these water bottles that are ubiquitous around, or what are we doing?
Bottled water is great in an emergency and if your water is compromised. But tap water filtering your tap water is a more sustainable way to go, whether it's with a Berkey or reverse osmosis. There's a lot of different filter options. If you're going to be carrying water with you from home, a lot of people use the stainless steel. I would avoid plastic unless they promise it is BPA free. You don't want BPA or BPS or phthalates or any endocrine disruptors in your water. They have a ongoing cumulative effect on your health. So you want to avoid the endocrine disruptors in all areas of your life, water, food packaging. We can talk more about those things later, but yeah, food packaging, takeout containers, plastic containers, even receipts at the store, if they're with thermal paper, they have BPA on them. So, you want to wash your hands. A big way people ingest, you inhale, absorb, and ingest these toxins. A big way people transfer BPA and endocrine disruptors, and when they're handling something, then they put their hands to their mouth, their fingers. It's a big way of transferring endocrine disruptors into your mouth and into your body. So yeah, washing hands is very important. And no Teflon pans, AJ. Stainless steel is great. Copper is good. The cast iron is good.
The
I would avoid.
ceramic or the porcelain coated, are those okay?
Those are okay. Yes, those are okay. I have some of the French pots. I can't think of what they're called. Le Creuset. Yeah, those are
Per
good.
se.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are good. For boiling water. Oh, and if you're making tea, don't use hot water from the tap. For God's sake, if you're making baby formula, no hot water from the tap. Make sure you use cold water from the tap and you heat it in even the microwave or on the stovetop or in a, hot water kettle. Because hot water from the tap has trihalomethanes and a whole lot of nasty disinfection byproducts that cause harm to your health.
Wait a second. So if you're making rice or you're boiling your gluten-free pasta, you shouldn't use tap water.
Use filtered tap water for cooking, filter it, but don't use the hot water. Like don't put it, get hot water out of the tap to cook with.
What's
Because
the between hot and cold?
the hot water, well, the disinfection byproducts they use to purify the water at the public water municipality facilities, they use chloramines and ammonia. Chloramines is a combination of chlorine and ammonia, and it produces trihalomethanes and other MX, a whole bunch of disinfection byproducts that are carcinogenic and problematic. I don't know if we're going to talk about water in another episode, Becca, but I have a lot to say about filters. There's tap water, filter your tap water, but you also might want to filter your shower water, shower filter.
So now the hot water goes through a hot water heater.
It's the
and there's a
steam.
lot of
When
chemical.
it's the steam. Yeah, the steam, the vapors from that is full of trihalomethanes and a bunch of carcinogens and nasty stuff that is known to cause a bunch of diseases. I go into it in a lot of depth in my book, Filter Your Water Now. I also talk about them. I write about it on my blog. If you look up Weecologist, you'll probably find a few articles in there.
So basically, we should not cook or eat.
No, you got to cook and eat, but heat the water in a kettle. Don't use hot water from the faucet, is what I'm saying.
And make sure that your
Well,
stainless steel kettle.
Unless you have a reverse
flat.
osmosis or a whole house filter in your house or a reverse osmosis under your sink. That's the only way you can use hot water from your kitchen tap.
And be safe.
And be safe, yes. You can use hot water to wash your hands, but I wouldn't drink hot water from the tap. Definitely not.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I love the fact that we can continue to learn. We don't have to know everything. We just need to keep our ears open and continue to learn. Yes. Now, Nathan has a question. He wants to know, is a whole house air purification system worth it?
Yes. If you can get one, yes, you have to change the filters periodically, make sure it's doing a good job. I don't know what company you're getting this from. I mean, do your research, see if they are really filtering everything and providing you with clean air. So I would read their customer testimonials and see if you want to email me the company you're looking to get this from. I can help you review it. I help people create a healthy home environment for themselves. So if you need help with that, just send me an email. Happy to help.
And your email is joanna@hippocrates.com.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Or Weecology.com. Go there. You'll see her blog. I recommend that you sign up for her blog and continues to stay connected because she's got so much information to share, folks. I am super excited to be able to share and help spread the word of all the work that you have done, Joanna. Let's see if we can fit in 2 more questions. Sarita, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for your information. It's great. And I'm interested in the endocrine disruptors and the carcinogenic body lotions, all the things that we put on our skin, toxic, but there's in a lot of our products.
Yes.
So what's, when you, like I had a a client who was diagnosed with myeloma. So on the skin. So what can she do to going further to avoid skin irritations and all of that?
Yeah, good question. If you want to check particular products and their formulations to see if they have a carcinogens or endocrine disruptors, you can go to EWG.org, Skin Deep. That's the environmental working group. They have a huge database of personal care products, and they really do a great job of analyzing all the ingredients and flagging carcinogens. They also have a great database for all of our public water supplies. So if you want to check your condition of your water, you enter your zip code and it will give you a detailed list of what's problematic in your public water. But yeah, I would opt for I mean, you want to go for some of the more organic brands if you can. But I don't know, depending on her, if there's other skin conditions in combination with that. Some people are sensitive to even jojoba oil or shea butter. So I'm not sure what her situation is besides the cancer you mentioned. I mean, she might be just better out, like MCT oil is a great moisturizer that doesn't cause problems. Same with hemp seed oil is really good, powerhouse. I love that. Doesn't seem to affect, it seems to nurture skin and doesn't cause any problems. There's no perfumes or dyes or anything in it. So you might want to start with those, or have her go to that EWG Skin Deep website and it can give you some advice. But again, if you want to email me as well, I can follow up with you personally.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, new diagnosis, so we'll go with some nutrition as well and to, work it from that end. But I was just wondering how to keep
Okay.
people from just buying stuff off the shelf and not realize they're buying a soup of toxins to put on their skin, because we love lotions and potions and lipstick and everything that we put on our body. So great. Thank you for your
Yes.
information. Yeah,
All right. Thank you, Sarita.
you're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sarita. And I love that EWG.org, because you can take your makeup, and I think there's a way that what I've done is I've even scanned the barcode, and it's given me a rating as to whether or not that item is toxic or how toxic. And
Yeah, it's a great resource.
I have switched my makeup over to the Longevity mineral makeup.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good. Yeah.
It's just so scary what they're putting in makeup these days, and
it is.
lotions.
Yes.
Longevity has an amazing body lotion. They've got a daytime cream that you can use on your skin, on your face. They've got shampoo. They have this Soul Purpose line.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
I love
use that
that.
actually in my hair. It's just
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Lots of things
Good.
to learn.
That I'm on it. Okay. Good deal. Thanks, Beck.
Thanks, Sarita. And Michelle, go ahead and unmute yourself. We've only got 2 minutes. Michelle, can we make it fast?
I'll be very quick. So I'm in California and I attempted to get a reverse osmosis system last year. And because of California guidelines in Prop 65, it was almost impossible. Any suggestions for us that are under the dumb laws here? I mean, they're here for our protection too, but enough is enough.
Yeah, sometimes the red tape makes things so restrictive. Yeah, I'd have to look into that a little further, see how you can get around that.
Okay.
I didn't realize you couldn't even get reverse
Yeah,
osmosis.
I can't get a Berkey system here at all. They say it's the filters.
Right. Oh yeah, they were like registering them as like a pesticide or pesticide removal or something. Let me look into that and see if you can email me. I'd love to help.
Great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle. And Bill had mentioned that the Berkey is now is it Boraux filter? BOROUX filter. So I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am.
And
Yay, thank you.
awesome. Okay. Well,
Can you
everybody,
spell
I'm
her
sorry.
website? Can you spell her website, her link, WeCop, whatever? I don't know what she's saying. Can you
Yeah,
Go
spell?
ahead.
Yes, it's Wecologist. WeCologist.com.
So wecologist.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Great
Thank you.
question, Carmen. You're very welcome. And that's all we have time for today. Joanna, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to doing more of a deep dive into stuff. We've got so many questions. We've got people saying, thank you so much. Because this is not something that we have really dove into when it comes to our environment. We've touched on it. And for folks, if you want to know what endocrine disruptors are, do a search, Daily with Doc, and then endocrine disruptors. You're going to find Dr. Joanne Conway, as she was on with us a while ago. She's going to be back with us. And she does an amazing talk on how endocrine disruptors really affect so many different systems within our body.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you go looking for that episode. And if I could get our co-hosts up on the screen, that would be absolutely fantastic. Because I could not do this program. No, I would not want to do this program or any program without having an amazing team helping to keep track of all the moving parts. So today we have on with us Ruth Ellen Sanchez, my executive production manager, who is going through, she's keeping an eye on everything. She's taken the Zoom, putting it with the graphics, pushing it out to what is being seen on Rumble, YouTube, Odyssey, Facebook, Twitter, X, and so many more, including, I think we're on LinkedIn today. No, not yet. Okay. Anyways, we are on so many different platforms, both video and audio. We want to know where you're listening or watching us. So please email us at info@dailywithdoc.com. Let us know where you're plugging in. Yeah, so that was Ruth Ellen. Thanks, Ruth Ellen. We have Sherry, who is part of our tech crew, who gets on with us an hour early. We get everything set up. She helps with watching things as well, turning and on switches. Thank you so much, Sherry. We have Marilyn, who is doing dictation and putting the information into the chat. So if you're not here live with us, you're missing out on a great note taker who is taking pretty much everything that's being spoken, putting it into text, putting in definitions of things that you may not know the definition of, and just doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much, Marilyn, for all that you do. And we have Albert, who is letting people in from the waiting room, as he's also like our bouncer. So he's keeping track of things and letting us know if anything happens that's not supposed to, because we do want to make this a family-friendly event, everybody. So thank you so much, Albert, for all you do. And we have AJ, our marketing manager, our digital marketing manager, who has pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and reach more and more people. So thank you so much, AJ. And our wonderful guest, who is going to be a regular, Joanna Kappele. Did I say it right?
Kappele.
Kappele.
Yes. You were close.
Kappele. So thank you so much, Joanna Kappele. Again, if you
Thank
want to be
you.
part of our drawing, email us at dailywithdoc.com, and I am going to be doing a drawing of people for that car diffuser and essential oil to keep it smelling great. So until next time, bye for now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, before we go, tomorrow, Friday, we have Dr. Lisa Conway back with us. And I am super excited with the topic she is bringing to the table, as it's another one we don't talk a whole lot about.
Rebecca.
How important is sleep? What?
It's
Did I forget something?
Lisa Singletary.
What did I say?
Lisa Conaway.
Oh my.
Two of your favorite doctors. You just got their names mixed up. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. And I've got a teenager trying to distract me right now too. So Dr. Lisa Singletary on with us tomorrow as we're talking about the importance of sleep. Until next time, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye
Don't
for now.
forget, go to dailywithdoc.com, sign up for the email. We also, for those of you who are not working with somebody, because they're your first point of contact, we have a store there. We have past episodes. We have more articles to help empower you with more tools to help yourself, your family, your community, and together we will make a healthier world. Bye for now. I promise that's the last one. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.